Hello all, I am S.Ubale, Assistant Professor in E&TC Department, ASSMS IIT. Today here we are going to discuss about the indirect method of FM generation, that is Armstrong method. Why this method is called as the indirect method of the FM generation? Because in phase modulation the phase variation takes place, and when phase variation takes place at same time some frequency variation also takes place in phase modulation. Higher the modulating voltage produces greater phase shift, which in turn produces greater frequency deviation in phase modulated signal, and higher modulating frequencies produces a faster rate of change of modulating voltage. Hence, they also produces greater frequency deviation in phase modulated signal. So, in the phase modulation, the carrier frequency deviation depends on modulating voltage as well as modulating frequency. But in frequency modulation, the frequency deviation is only proportional with the modulating voltage regardless of its frequency. So, from the phase modulated signal, frequency modulated signals get generated. So this method is called as the indirect method of FM generation, and that is the Armstrong method. So over here we are going to see first how the phase modulated signal get generated from this phase modulator. Then we are going to see the Armstrong method used for generation of the frequency modulated signal. So this is the block diagram of phase modulator that shows crystal oscillator, buffer, 90-degree phase shifter, that phase shifted carrier, 90-degree phase shifted carrier applied to the product modulator, and another input of the product modulator is the modulating signal, and at the output of product modulator that generates two sidebands which is applied to the combining network, and another input of the combining network, that is the carrier, and at the output of that combining network the signals get generated, that is the phase modulated signal. So in detail how these phase modulated signals get generated we are going to see using phasor diagram. So phasor diagram here that explains how phase modulated signals get generated. So at point A, B and C, that signals of these points are the unmodulated carrier. So in this diagram also you can able to see at point A, at point B and at point C. The next is the at point D, the carrier signals get 90-degree phase shifted, means this unmodulated carrier get 90-degree phase shifted over here, and which is input to the balance modulator. Another input of the balance modulator is the modulating signal. So at the output of the balance modulator that get generated double sideband signal, one is USB and another is the LSB, and carrier get suppressed, and resultant of these two sidebands here you can able to see. Then resultant of that two sidebands which is applied to the combining network, and another input of the combining network is the carrier. So here you can able to see at point F combining network output here, that is the resultant of two sidebands which getting at the output of the balance modulator and unmodulated carrier, and when you take the resultant of unmodulated carrier with the resultant of sidebands you can able to see over here you are getting the resultant at the output of the combining network, that is phase shifted from the unmodulated carrier with the phi. So the signals which you are getting at the output of the combining network, that is the phase modulated signal, means unmodulated carrier get phase shifted with the phi degree. Then phase shift between unmodulated carrier and phase modulated signal that depends on the modulation index. So you can see over here, for low modulation index the phase shift is small, and for the high modulation index phase shift is high, or that increases. So this all about the generation of the phase modulated signal. So in the next video we are going to see from this phase modulated signal how frequency modulated signals get generated. Thank you.